You will come to this step once you have identified a specific business process flow that you would like to specialize in and to make your Oracle functional career in it. Having said that, you should first start by learning the transaction cycle of that business process flow. For instance, if you have identified procure to pay as the business process flow that you would like to specialize in, then the first thing that you should learn it is the transaction cycle. What is the transaction cycle in procure to pay then? It's like entering a purchase order, getting a purchase order approved, sending it to the supplier, and then when supplier sends you the shipment, receiving those shipments in the warehouse, and then supplier sends you the invoice, so receiving that invoice and then paying to the supplier. So that's like a transaction cycle, is it not? So that's where you should start. So once you learn the transaction cycle, you will know how that transaction is actually performed in Oracle applications. You will have to enter all the details in the forms field by field to successfully complete that transaction. And once you have completed that transaction, that's where the next step would be how to set up that transaction cycle. So start with the transaction cycle, then start with the setup. Okay, so setting up in this transaction cycle, like the example of procure to pay I have taken, there are, as you could see in this, there are a whole lot of modules that are involved, including integration with different modules. So you need to learn setups not only in procure to pay, but there are dependent setups on other modules as well. So you need to learn setups from other modules as well. All right. Having said that, when you uh, uh, come to us, when you come to ACL, with ACL also we follow exactly the same methodology, wherein we first train people in the transaction cycle. When they are conversant with the transaction cycle, that's where we go on to the next step of actually setting up that transaction cycle in Oracle applications. All right, and that completes the training side. But then comes the third step of implementation. Implementation is something like, it can be no one can teach you how to implement. Perhaps people can share experiences and business scenarios just as we do it in our trainings. But as far as the implementation learning is concerned, the real learning is on the job. You go to the client side, and when you start implementing Oracle, that's where you will learn the business challenge or the business scenarios that the client will have, or the business requirements, and then you understand that and try to map it to Oracle to see how and where it could be mapped, what setups would be involved, and then give a solution back to the client. And once the solution is accepted, that's what you set it up in Oracle applications and show it back to the client through the form of a proof of concept, or what you call as a conference room pilot or a CRP. And implementation is a iterative cycle. It starts with, say, standard functionality of showing um, Oracle applications to the client, and then building the client's requirement in Oracle applications, then incrementally going forward until the client's entire requirements is taken care in Oracle applications. It could potentially involve customizations if the standard solution is not found and the client really wants something that's not there in Oracle applications. For instance, if the client wants a logo, their company's logo to appear in the reports, then that's not something that Oracle offers, because Oracle offers a standard solution. Out of the box solution will not have the client's logo. That's where you have to do a little configuration, and at times you have to do customization of the reports to build that logo in the report, so that when the report is generated, the client's logo will come on top of it. So that's what is a typical process of learning the right way for Oracle applications functionality.